Alright guys, today I'll be reviewing Silver Comet at Niagara Amusement Park. This is the 1999 CCI Woody, and this is a perfect example of what the company does best. CCI is known for their lateral machines, and this is no exception, and I'll explain why in this review. This ride sits in the front half of the second half of the park, which if you don't know the layout of this park, it's very strange. The front half is basically like this Wild West area combined with a storybook area, and then the second half is basically a permanent carnival. It's a really weird contrast, but Silver Comet's right at the front of it. The queue itself is pretty short, but thankfully it seems like you'll never have to wait in that queue. I know that was definitely the experience I had. I never had to leave the station, and I hear it's like that on most days. If you do catch this on a busy day, then maybe it'll extend down the staircase. But from my experience, I mean, this was basically the Air Force One of New York. You could just lap this thing as many times as you wanted. Now, the great thing is, you can re-ride as many times as you want to without leaving the station. You could just stay in the station for the entire day pretty much, and you don't ever have to leave it. I know a lot of parks use IROC and other policies to determine how many times you can stay in the station before having to go around. But here, if there's an empty seat, you can go fill it. It's great. I will say, though, they do wait for a good bit for people to come on the next cycle, so it's very unlikely you'll ever get a Zen ride on this, because you will be sitting in the station a while to fill that next train, which also means dispatch times could be a bit slower just because of how little people there could be, which, I mean, I'll take that over a full station, that's for sure. Now let's talk about the trains themselves. These are your typical PTC restraints. They're great. I actually like these a lot. They're some of my favorite restraints in the industry. You can get a lot of room with these. The ops don't staple here, at least from my experience. And I've noticed from riding Predator a lot, and also on this thing, if you sit in the back of a car, you're going to get a lot more leg room. So for me, I always go for the back of a car. So row 2 is better than row 1 for me. Row 10 is better than row 11 for me, because that allows me to get a little bit more room. Now, the back of the cars are slightly rougher, but this ride isn't too brutally rough anyways, so I wouldn't worry about it unless you're, like, really sensitive to roughness. This thing's very smooth in the front of the cars, though. Now, what is the best seat on this ride? Honestly, there's no clear-cut answer. There's a lot of good options here. My two favorites would be row 2 right side and row 12 left side. I'd say they each have a moment that's pretty ridiculous. Gun to my head, I'd say row 12 left side, but row 2 right side is amazing too. And I would say if you're towards the front, try to sit on the right side. If you're towards the back, try to sit on the left side to really experience the full power of the laterals. Now, with all that being said, let's turn out of the station, where you're going to be met with a pretty long straightaway before turning up into the lift hill. And that lift hill is pretty quick, and it gives an incredible view of Niagara Falls, the city in particular. You also get to see Skyscreamer from Marineland, so that's kind of sad, but also really cool. And then you're going to hit your first drop. This gives some good flowjector towards the back, especially in the very back. Unfortunately, towards the front, you don't get any airtime, but that's okay because you got a couple good airtime hills coming up. Before we get into those, I want to talk about the valleys on this ride. They get progressively less rough as you go on, so this first valley will be the roughest on the ride, which makes sense. You have the most momentum going into it. But I definitely wouldn't say any of these beat you up pretty bad. Like, if you're sensitive to roughness, you definitely should be able to ride this coaster without feeling too much pain, especially if you're in the front of a car, because like I said, those are the smoothest. After that first drop, you're going to hit your first camelback, and this one unfortunately starts off kind of weak, but then hits a second gear halfway through. That really sends you up. In the front, you'll get some floater on that second gear, and then in the back, you're going to get flowjector. It's really solid. I would say the strength is comparable to Candemonium Speed Hill towards the back, so it's a really solid element. After that, you're going to hit the strongest moment of airtime on the ride, which is this next speed hill. Towards the front, you're going to get some weak flowjector, but in the back, you're going to get some weak ejector. It is shockingly strong. It's actually more sustained than you think it is, and you're hauling through this, so the sense of speed is really good. Overall, it's definitely one of the best elements on the ride. After that, you're going to pop up into the first turnaround. In the front, you'll get some strong floater here. Towards the back, you're not going to get any airtime, but that's okay because the laterals on this turn are really strong. Anywhere on the train, you're going to get pinned to the right side of that train. This is also a pretty sustained lateral moment, and one of many that pin you to the right side of the train for a long time. So definitely get ready for your right rib to hurt if you marathon this thing, because yeah, it'll beat it up. After that, you're going to straighten out and enter a double down. This first down has a little bit of laterals pinning you to the left, but they're pretty weak, and it doesn't give any airtime, unfortunately. But the second down definitely does if you're towards the back. You get some floater there. In the front, you meekly come out of your seat, but it's barely airtime. It feels more like just a little lift. After that, you're going to pop up into the first turnaround in this twister section, and you're going to get some good floater up there. In the back, you're not going to get any airtime, but you're also going to get a good lateral jolt throwing you to the left if you're towards the front. If you're towards the back, unfortunately, you're not going to get that lateral jolt. This whole twister section in the middle here has sort of awkward pacing, but it sort of makes up for it with the lateral jolts you get going into and out of these turns. After that, you're going to hit the next drop, which if you're in the back, you'll get some very weak floater, but more importantly, you'll get some decent laterals pinning you to the left. And then after that comes the strongest moment of laterals on the ride if you're towards the front, which is this next turn to the left. You get absolutely tossed to the left side of the train, extremely violently, one of the most violent moments of laterals on any Woody, and you also get some airtime paired with it. Not incredibly strong airtime, just floater, but still, combined with that strong of laterals, it's a great moment. In the back, you're still going to get some weak laterals, but nothing too strong, and then you're going to hit the next drop, which gives a little bit of floater towards the back, as well as some decent laterals. After this, you're going to pop up into a left-hand turn this time, which absolutely sends you flying to the right if you're towards the front. You're also going to get some weak floater there, but this element's definitely not about the airtime. In the back, you're also going to get thrown to the right a little, but definitely nowhere near as hard as towards the front. After that, you're going to drop off, get some weak floater if you're towards the back, and also some pretty strong laterals there throwing you to the right. And if you're towards the front, you're going to get some weak laterals there too, but no floater for you. After that, you're going to start your finale, and this is really where Silver Comet shines if you're in the back. To start off, you're going to pop up into this turnaround, and towards the front, you're going to get some mild floater. In the back, you're not going to get any airtime here, but the laterals on the following turn are absurd. Anywhere you sit in the train, it's going to be great. You're going to be absolutely glued to the right side of your train for this entire turn, but if you're in the back, it's going to be especially strong. It's one of the strongest, most sustained lateral moments, really on any coaster, period. I was going to say on any wooden coaster, but yeah, this turn's amazing. After that, you're going to drop out of that turn. Unfortunately, you're not going to get any airtime towards the front. In the back, you're going to get some decent floater, which is especially crazy coming out of that strong lateral turn. And then after that, unfortunately, you're going to hit an airtimeless hill. I was really hoping for some airtime over this one, especially since you have a good head of speed, but unfortunately, I stayed in my seat here. And then after this, you're going to get one more good lateral jolt, sending you to the left if you're towards the front. In the back, it's not going to be quite as strong, but you're still going to get thrown a little bit. And then that's your ride on Silver Comet. This is a very strong roller coaster. I was definitely surprised when I returned this year. It had been 7 years since I'd ridden this, and I did not anticipate it being this good. I love rides that focus on violent laterals, and this is definitely one of them. It does have some good airtime moments, don't get me wrong, but you don't come to this ride for airtime. You come to this ride for extreme laterals. I would almost compare this ride most to Adventure Express. Both have some decent airtime moments, but mainly focus on extreme laterals. I would personally take Adventure Express over this thing still. It's got the better theming, and I think those lateral moments on Adventure Express are just ever so slightly stronger than these. But this ride still got some very violent laterals, especially that second to last turn. So for Silver Comet's final score, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. It is an incredible ride for laterals. That being said, it definitely could have some stronger airtime, and it also has some awkward pacing towards the middle. But overall, this ride definitely impressed me, and is definitely worth a trip out to Niagara Amusement Park. So that is my review of Silver Comet at Niagara Amusement Park. Let me know what you guys thought of this video down in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.